now I am back. Got my Starbucks peppermint mocha coffee, venti size. Yeah, I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to get through that whole thing. But anyway, I'm on to part 2 because I've already posted part 1 of my journey here to Atlanta. Anyway, as I was stating earlier on, I was in front of my students at Broad Ripple Magnet High School, my dance students who I love so dearly. They know this to this day. And I had a party for them. A lot of them were like looking at me like, okay, so Miss Hargrove, you don't normally have a party for us and having cake and having chicken wings and everything like that. So I kind of did it up, kind of made sure I utilized what I needed to do to make it fun for them for that last day that I was going to be there at Broad Ripple. Actually, we were getting ready for our spring break, and so I thought it was just an appropriate time. But going back really even further, when it was announced in Indianapolis Public Schools, when Broad Ripple actually was going to close, was on September the 18th of 2017, the beginning of our school year. And so it was very, very devastating to all of us. We were the faculty and staff and everybody, the alumni. We thought that our fight and our debates and different meetings that we were to have coming forward were going to stop the school from closing. But evidently the powers that be had in mind that it was going to close automatically. Matter of fact, it was probably already closed, and we were just working out our time until they were going to officially shut it down. But anyway, being as I am, I decided within myself after those few months of working there, I tried to do the best I can to make sure and assure my seniors as well as my other classmen there at Broad Ripple that they had a great school year, being it as the last. A lot of them didn't even get a chance to graduate from Broad Ripple, which was their plan because they had been there since 6th or 7th grade. But anyway, that was so very, very sad. But it was just at a state to where I was, and I just felt like, okay, well, I'm not going to be dictated what I'm going to do in my life, especially as far as my career, my love, my passion, which is dance. And I decided within myself of my own that I was going to resign. What date? I didn't know. It was like one morning I woke up and I was like, okay, let me type up this resignation, and I don't know when I'm going to turn it in, but I'm just going to type it up, and it's just going to be prepared, and whenever God says turn it in, I'm going to turn it in. So that day was March the 16th. It was a sad day for me because literally I couldn't even get through my letter to my students for this resignation and everything during our party, and a lot of my students were very, very sad and everything, and I really hated that I had to do that. But it was one of those things in life. Sometimes you have to make a decision that's best for you, not really even for anybody around you, surrounding you, even though you love them, but you have to make the best decision for yourself. And so that's when I made the decision to resign from Broad Ripple on March the 16th, 2018. Moving forward, that was getting preparation for spring break. And so I had 2 weeks in order to kind of decide, okay, well, what am I going to do going forward? I had to let my husband know, my children know, and everything like that I actually officially resigned because, a lot of times people thought I was playing, because I would always say, I'm going to leave Broad Ripple. I'm so tired of all this stuff going on at Broad Ripple and people not treating us right. The administration sucks and blase, blase, blase. The list goes on. Y'all know I talk to y'all. Y'all know. But anyway, I still stayed. I stayed and I stayed and I stayed and I stayed. But then when they put that ultimatum on us that they were going to actually close the school down, I was like, man, I'm not going to even just put up with this. They're not going to dictate where I'm going to go next, because they were telling us, yes, you have a definite job and you can go over to this school and that school. And I know a lot of my colleagues did this exact same thing. They were not going to be dictated to where they were going to go. Or they decide to move on to the various spots and everything like that until they can move further on, which is great. I send them kudos up for that because they hung in there, they stuck in there to the end, and that was super great. But for me, I had to make a decision what was best for me. And a lot of people actually didn't understand that. I got a lot of little notifications on Facebook about, oh, well, why can't you stick it out for 2 more months? You know, you only got 2 more months left and then school is out. Isn't school out in May? And blah, 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 blah. And I was like, you're not going to decide for me. You're not going to decide my finances. You're not going to decide my future. None of that. So good luck to you. But anyway, this was part 2. I'm not done. I've got a whole series to go on about my journey here to Atlanta, Georgia, from Indianapolis, Indiana, my hometown, which I still love to this day. Never will forget it. Never forget all the different things that I went through. Never will forget Broad Ripple. Never will forget my students. I love you all. And love my family for sure. Matter of fact, we have a lineage that went through Broad Ripple High School. But anyway, I got to get on to my coffee before it gets cold, because, you know, that's kind of expensive. $6.52 to be exact. Anyway, but it was free for me today because I've been using my Gold card. Anyway, I'll talk to you all soon. I'll keep going with the journey. This was part 2. I'll be moving on to part 3 and further on to tell you more about the journey. Even the flight. I mean, it was like absolutely so cool. But anyway, I'm on the parking lot of Starbucks and I gotta go. Have a great day. Love you all. Bye.